YouTube, my bad, my bad. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. Just want to say what's up to everybody. And for all the long-time subscribers for continuously hanging in with me. And shout out to all the new subscribers. I see I got a couple more on here. But I just want to probably going to title this video From Simple Rebuild to Completely Built. And the price point versus going to anyone else buying what I just put together. I would say also, I do have the make sure if you guys get the Sonex, get the zip kit. There's another one that could be possibly had cheaper. It is the old model. You do not want that one. That one you have to ream different things and stuff like that. Also, I want to show you another thing I got from Sonex, baby. It's their forged drum. Now, I do have to get a C-clamp to get this spring system back on there. I was able to get it off with the smaller C-clamps, but since I released the tension, this spring is a lot higher than the smaller C-clamps that I have. This is the piston that goes in the bottom. I already put the lip seals and everything on there. And these are the seals that will go on the bottom in there once I get the spring and everything, because this will seat on top of that. Push that down like that. That's the return spring, and that will go on top. So that's that. And let me show you parts that I had to source out. And by the way, this is the 4-valve swap for any new subscribers. It's a long way. We'll talk about it another time. But this right here is what I was waiting on, which I did find. It's a used planetary. I might need to go ahead and stick some trans gel on it. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna put some trans gel on that. I'm gonna stick it down, put it down, because I don't want it to rust, because he will rust quick. So I'm gonna put some trans gel on this. One second, let me move this out the way. All right, I had to get that out the way right quick. But the drums that I do have together is in this box. This is the direct drum. It's a new drum. It has the bushings, new bushings. This is the 6 clutch pack, 6 steels, 6 frictions. You can actually switch out the pressure plate and the spring and the snap ring in there and actually get 8 in there, believe it or not. This is the reverse drum. It comes with 2 steels, 3 frictions. So you can see new bushings down in there. Basically stock setup. It has the roller sprag on there. No, I'm sorry about that. Mechanical diode, I should say. One-way clutch. It has the upgraded spiral lock on there, so that thing will not come off. So those are the 2 drums that are completely together. And this is the old forward drum out of the Sonex one I just showed you. This is and that's what I was saying, that piston down there, and with that spring, it's a lot lower when it's like that. And then, once you take the snap ring off, it's a lot higher height. So I have to go get another C-clamp. So most of this has just been buying parts, you guys. But if you source them right, I think right now I'm in the neighborhood of roughly, for everything, roughly, I would say about $700. $700. And I would just also want to say, I've looked up places you know, to find like 1,000 real horsepower, uh, 4R75s or 4R70s, and those guys literally want some places 3 to 4 grand to do, and they're putting back in stock forward with the stamp steel, the stock direct stamp steel. Excuse me. They're using stage one Ray Besto, same thing I'm using. You know, like I said, I have the upgraded forward drum, but they don't put those in there. So this, I'm believing that this will handle. This will be, you know, even this is for a cam car. I believe that it will. I could swap it into anything else with a higher horsepower. So, and like I said, once again, that's I did do the. I'm not going to do the Force Lube mod. This, as you can see, has new bushing back there, and I'm gonna tell you why. I plan to run the White Crown Vic with nothing higher than a 355. I'm going to leave the 327s on there, try them. 355 will be the max gear on there. Also, I would advise getting one of these. This is a lip seal installer. I did have to. It is, when you do those lip seals, you need trans gel. I use the gold version. They have green and red, but you know, it doesn't matter. Um, this is the pump stator. I got the bushings out, but I have to get a bushing kit to get them in this one. And then I have to figure out how to get the bushing out of this one. So that's the things I have to do, because the smallest ones I have won't get in there. So I have to get another kit, more parts. Also, this is the reverse pin. I'm waiting on a reverse pin with the top. Also, I'm not going to use this style. This is the stock style overdrive setup. Obviously, with the Sonex, you get a pin, and then Superior sells this top. I have to get it in and show you guys, and then I'll use this, and then Sonex has a pin. That way I can get a more aggressive. I believe it's either a 2 to 3. I have the 1 to 2 accumulators set, brand new, which is these right here. This is what that is down there. So I have that. And another thing I'm waiting to do is I have to get this case bushing out. And like I say, I'm putting this thing together for reliability. I don't want to put together some junk that's going to burn out, or, you know, anything, you know, that could compromise it. So I'm just decided, instead of a rebuild, you know, do a built one. And you know, also, let me show you something. I got the tough plate. Ooh, this tough plate. And it comes with this part, which, let me show you this. Because if you look at this, this is super flexible. Very flexible. Oh yeah, you're gonna need a lot of brake clean too. So get ready, buy a box. Buy a box. Get a box. But this, let me explain it to you. Let me show you what that does right quick. This will sit on top of this, because this, one of the reasons the Superior made this plate was because of this. This is a patch if you're using this one, but even though I'm using the stiffer plate, which is incredibly thick and tough, I'm going to still use this, a cap that goes on top, and it gives you more surface for this when you shift. And I plan on having hard shifts, so when that thing shifts and hits this plate, when it hits this plate, it's not going to damage it or bend it out. And also, let me show you something else with the Sonex kit. Okay, so this is what I was talking about right here. Sonex, they send you a stiffener plate that also is at cost. So, I mean, when I take my heads to the machine shop and get them the valve job and get them resurfaced, I'm just going to ask them to simply, because you have to take your valve body. This is an old one that I'm not using. Let me see if I can find where it goes. Oh, right here. These two holes, sorry about that. These two holes, there's instructions on how to drill in order to put a third plate, because stock has 1, 2. The older models have 3 on there. These don't, and that one would fit right here. So that will handle. I guess they call it pressure bypass or something like that. They say pressure gets away, and then it's not good. When you lose pressure in certain areas. So that all this is meant to fix this problem, because you can actually see this. It's like a little bit of an indent on there where it just bangs against, and it shifts. It bangs against an area of the plate. So, and for any of you guys ever wondering what's in a Sonex kit, this is the new reverse pin. Trying to get it to focus. Sorry about that. This is the new, no, not reverse, overdrive pin. Sorry about that. Overdrive pin and O-rings. And this is the washer that you preload the spring with that gives you a harder shift. So like I said, I'm going for all out performance here. You get a set of new check balls. I forgot what drum this goes on. That's the sealing rings, Teflon. Like I said, you get I can't name all these parts specifically without looking at the thing. I know this is your main pressure regulator valve. You get another, I don't know what to call this thing. Like I say, you have to look at them to figure it out. Some more seals. And like I said, they also send you a drill bit also. I might have left it in the box. No, actually, they also send you a drill bit for this one, because you also have to drill into the plate for I believe the torque converter, something like that. So like I said, if you look at the instructions, I won't have to say something and something. So guys, do apologize for such a long update, but just showing you, this is really really serious, and trying to get that together. Also, to do some wiring, I bought some little tools, heat gun, and also I plan to get on the internet tonight because I have to get this pump. I have to find some type of E85 compatible pump. I mean, tube, just a little tube to go and connect that. Otherwise, this is done. I wire it up. I'll be able to test it out. I got all this on. I did this a while ago, so that's why it's like that. It's just JB Weld. It's never JB Weld. So that's all. That'll work. And then I can test it out. So sorry for the long update. Appreciate you guys for sticking along with me. And hope you guys had a great holiday. I'll get back at you guys. Thanks.